About a month ago, we completely changed our lives and moved from Alaska to Arizona. And now that we've been here for a few weeks, I feel like I can finally tell you the honest truth of how we are feeling about living in Arizona. There are some things that we absolutely love and some things that have surprised me in not the best way, but we're gonna get all into that. Another thing that I can't live another minute with is this messy, unorganized pantry. My goal for this new home is to become a type A personality person, because I am definitely a type B person. I am just naturally not organized. I am perfectly fine to just live in kind of a chaotic mess, but I'm trying to change that about myself. I have all of these bins, tons of bins to organize my pantry. So hopefully by the end of this video, this is going to look like a new place. And hopefully I can retrain my brain to keep it nice and lovely. This is my last bottle of Alaskan honey. I'm treasuring it. Everything needs a place, and right now it doesn't. Everything's just shoved everywhere. But I have this most beautiful pantry that I am so grateful for, which is one of the things that I am here to share with you that I absolutely love is this house. It truly feels like a dream house. Like, it is so beautiful. The way that it was built is just top notch. And so I want to treat it that way. I want to show it the respect that it deserves. And so that starts with keeping it beautiful. I have my daughter helping be my assistant right now, but the first step to organizing a pantry is I'm just taking everything out, assessing what I have, and then we will put it away nicely. Okay, so more things that I love. Another thing I absolutely love about moving to this property in Arizona is the actual property itself. We are on 1 1/4 acres. One and 1/4 acres. See, this is a completely empty box. And so I have loved just having so much more space than we had in our Alaska home. There is so much potential with things that we can do with our property, which kind of also brings me to a negative. First, let me give you the positives about this property that we are on. It has 4 beautiful large horse stalls, which I don't think we are going to own horses, at least not in the near future, but they are beautiful, wonderful, well-made horse stalls. We have a wonderful round pen, and the entire grass pasture at our home is fenced in. So if we do have animals, they are completely enclosed. A lot of people in our area have horses, goats, chickens, sheep. There's a house around the corner that has a herd of like 30 white sheep, and they're so cute. I love to just walk by and go check them out. And so that's something that I absolutely love. And I hope that we can bring animals to our family in the near future, which also brings me to kind of a negative, which is that I am having to exercise patience with getting my dream homestead all set up. Things take time. We wanted to get all settled into this house before introducing the stress of adding animals and another thing that we just need to take care of. And so I'm feeling like sad about that. I'm wanting to rush the process, but at the same time, and being that we moved here in the dead of summer, which was not the greatest timing weather-wise for all of the things that I want to do, it was good timing for our kids and our situation. We wanted to get settled in before the school year started. And so that's why we moved here in early June, which makes it hard to be able to start like a garden or chickens or building a chicken coop and that kind of thing. Our plan is to build a chicken coop in one of our horse stalls and just completely enclose the horse stall so that they have a safe, protected area to hang out in, kind of like its own chicken run, because the horse stalls are very big and I think plenty big for chickens. But then I could still let them out and range in the grass when I want to do so. It's just so hot right now and we haven't had the time to like figure out plans for building a coop or anything like that. But chickens are the first animal that I'm going to put on my property. I am hoping it can be done soon, but we're kind of just waiting for the right timing for my husband to have time to work on building it and it not be 1,000,000 degrees outside, because Building things when it's 110 degrees is not ideal. Okay, I feel like I'm taking forever and need to speed this process up. So much of the stuff in here was just brought in when we moved in just because I needed a place to shove it. And so now is the time to like figure out where I really want things to be and have everything have like its official home. I'm just gonna get this counter wiped off before we add anything else to it. I've got a lot of baskets and bins. I'm hoping I don't need to buy any more, that what I have is enough. And my idea is to have food and like snacks, things we eat on the shelves and on the countertop. And then down below will be storage for things like my paper towels, my Ziploc baggies, our electronic things, batteries, cleaning supplies is all gonna go down here. That's what I'm thinking. I'm gonna transfer these paper towels to, I think, down here. Batteries, maybe we'll put in a more accessible area. So one negative thing that was a problem when we like the first couple of weeks, but hasn't been as bad lately, noise regarding barking dogs. Now, I am a sensitive sleeper and like, I understand dogs bark. People who live on properties like this have dogs. We don't yet, but so I mean, I understand that dogs are a thing. I have a really embarrassing story. Not embarrassing. I have a story of something that I did, and you could tell me if you would have done the same thing or if I was being obnoxious. But if I had a dog that was barking like crazy and wouldn't stop, I would do something about it as a courtesy for the people around me. Right? Right. Up here, I have my freeze-dried food storage, and up top are the bins that I stored my like MRE meals in. This is where my freeze-dried food has to be stored for now. So I'm not changing any of that. These larger bulk items, I am going to try to just store on the bottom here in an organized manner. So anyway, daytime dog barking, I understand. Cars come and go, dogs bark. It is what it is. That doesn't bother me. It bothers me when dogs are barking at night, at bedtime, when we're trying to put the kids to bed and myself to bed. So one of our neighbor's dogs was barking for literally like 3 hours straight one night. And I mean, I get it. And like with no stopping, to the point where I thought something was wrong either with the dog or with the neighbors in the house, that they didn't know that something was wrong with them, or the dog was alone and was upset. I didn't know what the deal was. But it literally was 3 hours. And so by the time that it had gotten to be like 10:30, I even waited until like quiet hours after 10 o'clock. And the dog was still barking at like 10:30. Like, it literally seemed like something was wrong. And so, I don't like these here. I would like to hide ugly things like this in a basket. So, these are just like gloves and stuff that my husband uses for barbecuing. Is there anything else I could go with that stuff? A hot glue gun can go in there. Extra tape. I'm just gonna fill this with random things. Being a new neighbor, I didn't want to be the annoying person that's like bothering someone about their barking dog. But I went out of my comfort zone and sent a text to the neighbor and said, hey, this is so-and-so. The dog's been barking for like 3 hours. Are you guys home or need anything? I said something like that. I don't remember exactly how I worded it. And I was really scared that he was just gonna be like mad that this crazy neighbor lady is texting him, annoying him about his dog. But if I was a dog owner and my dog was bothering the neighbor, I would want them to say something to me. So I knew about it. I was really nervous about what the reaction would be. I didn't get a text till the next morning because it was 10:30 at night. I didn't know if they were in town, out of town, or what. If they were out of town, I was kind of concerned about the dog because the dog clearly was not happy. I did get a very nice text back apologizing for what had happened, said they were out of town. They didn't realize the dog would be a problem. They weren't coming home till the next day, and he was gonna order a bark collar for it and have the person who they had hired to feed all of their animals was gonna do that and trying to feed the dog later at night so it wasn't upset later in the day. Anyway, it was so kind that he actually cared and wanted to do something about it. I just told him I wanted to make sure everything was okay and that we can help them if they needed help with anything. And we had met these people before. My husband and him have chatted and all of that. Very nice, wonderful people. And so that's why I didn't want to seem like a crazy lady. Maybe I kind of did. I don't know. But he was very kind about it. I was very kind back to him. And the dog was not a problem again. It was very well received and all is well. I have not had a problem with this dog anymore since then. So that, I would say, was something that, you know, I didn't expect and didn't love. Got through it. Things are looking up. And if that's like the worst thing is barking dogs, that's not the end of the world. I'm struggling with making decisions on where to put things. I'm gonna put my extra Ziploc baggies in a basket down here. Because, you know, when you're buying from Costco, you get millions upon millions of things. Another great thing about living in Arizona is that my sourdough rises twice as fast here as it did in Alaska. So I'm able to make my sourdough like in the same day instead of having to wait a full like 24 hours for my dough to rise. So that's been wonderful. Another huge, wonderful perk has of course been being by our family. We are so close to cousins, my mom and dad, my in-laws, my sister's kids, and my kids are like best friends, and it has been so fun spending time with them. 4th of July, we had a fun 4th of July party at my sister's house. We've been spending so much time with all of our family, and that literally has like filled my soul and just made me so happy. Like the time together has really made this move worth it for no matter like how hard it's been. That was essentially the reason for moving back here, and that's been fabulous. I need to figure out where I want to lay out all of my bins. I really like these tray raisers for canned goods, but I'm thinking I'm gonna move my cans to this side right here. And I need to figure out what I want in what bin. I've got a bunch of like random snacks from, we were just in California for a week, and these are the leftover snacks from there. I'm thinking of having like snack bins on the counter so that my kids can reach them, and more like cooking ingredients up here on top and going from there. Okay, I don't like them across that back here, but maybe we'll do it this way. If I stack them in front, I could still have room behind the bins to store things if I need to. So I think that'll work. See, okay, I just like threw everything in here very messily, but it's at least in one place, maybe not the tidiest. I'm working on it. Another pack of Costco bags. I'm just gonna stick, I guess right there. When our house in Alaska was listed for sale, I learned that I could be a neat, nice, organized person, because when you're living in a house that is active on the market, you have to keep the house in pristine condition for last minute house showings. So I know I'm capable of this. And I really liked how everything looked in my house, how, you know, just like nice it felt to not have the clutter out and about. I'm thinking this is gonna be a great thing. I'm gonna try to move all the like granola bar things to this bin. The downside for a lot of my family members, especially Mr. Nate, has been the heat. He prefers the cold in Alaska to the heat in Arizona. So, I mean, that's something, it doesn't bother me as bad just because I've lived here before, so I knew what to expect. It's not pleasant, but you get through like the 3 or 4 months of really, really hot weather to endure like 8 months of fabulous warm winters, which is something I am very excited about. We just got to get through these few months. And actually we have had a much more mild summer so far. than Arizona normally has, which is kind of a nice little welcome gift for us to not be so horrible. But my family's all redheads. Our skin burns. It's really frustrating, like having to put sunscreen on my kids every time they go outside and reapplying all the time. There's just like a lot of work that is involved there, but we're adjusting. One thing we wish our house had when we moved in was a pool. We don't have a pool. We are working to try to figure out if we can afford to build a pool. It would be so nice to have one. We have the space out there. If we did add a pool, we still have plenty of grass for if we did have animals in the future. There's plenty of grass for them to roam on. So, I mean, let's like and subscribe to Freeze Dry Society so I can get that pool. I'm being sarcastic, but seriously, thank you for all of the like support, the interactions, the comments, the likes. All of it really does help my channel. I have a lot of drink mix sticks. I'm thinking to store these in this clear bin. And where are these gonna go? Right there. There is more. One downside that I kind of expected but didn't fully realize, because did you know we bought this house without me ever seeing it or driving to it or like knowing the city that it's in. I mean, I knew the location where it was, but I had never been there in person. It's a different town than where we lived before when we lived in Arizona. Still close, like probably about a 40-minute drive from where I used to live. But still, I didn't know all of the things that were out here. So something that I'm getting used to is driving a lot. There are some days where I just feel like I can't get out of the car, and I'm sure that's gonna get worse once school starts and all of the, you know, kids' activities. Those at least are like local driving, not far away, but just a lot of driving. I had to get a new car when we moved here, and we insured to get a hybrid car so that we can save a bit on gas, and that has been so nice and like such a blessing. Got spaghetti sauce, hot sauce. I don't have tons of canned goods right now. This isn't stinging on very well, but I may as well get the cans that I do have here on this. Something that hasn't affected me too bad yet, but it's going to here soon, is just the amount of upkeep that our giant yard is. Mr. Freeze Dry has been doing all the yard work, and there's been a lot of things that he's had to do to the grass to help it drain better from when we irrigate the lawn, and lots of mowing, all of that fun stuff. But you guys, can I tell you a secret? Mr. Freeze Dry has to go to a work training for like 6 to 8 weeks, and I am going to be in charge of mowing the lawn. We do have a riding lawnmower from my in-laws, which makes it easier, but he has to teach me how to use that thing before he leaves. I'm sure you're gonna love seeing me figure out how to use a lawnmower. I'm actually kind of excited. I enjoy mowing a lawn. I did it a lot. My husband has taught me how to mow the lawn. Growing up, my dad like always had the most pristine lawn in the neighborhood. He is just so good with grass and keeping green grass and keeping it mowed and nice and beautiful. So he was always in charge of the yard work. I have 2 sisters. He didn't ever make us girls do any yard work. And so when I got married to a husband who travels for a living, I had to learn how to do some yard work on my own. And I actually kind of enjoy it. Where do I want these? Can the macaroni go here? Maybe we'll do that for now. I don't know. So it's gonna be fun watching me tackle this yard for the first time. And I'm gonna bring you along, of course, because we gotta see if I make a fool of myself, which I probably will. More drink mixes for the mix-ins bin. I've got beef broth. All right, what's next? We're getting closer. We're getting closer. Okay, I tend to keep my cleaning supplies in here, so maybe that's what this bin can be. And I like it. It's not gonna fit. I guess it needs to go down below. I like having a bin for like plastic silverware. And so I'm just gonna dump these out. Use them here. Okay, my oven's beeping because my rolls are done that I'm making. I've been using this large basket to hold grocery sacks. So this needs a home. Where do I want that? I liked it by my fridge, so I might scoot these down and put it over here. And you know, those can still go in front. Oh yeah. I got this cute basket at Goodwill. I needed something to store like dirty dish towels in because I go through a lot of dish rags and don't really have a place to toss them. So I was just thinking to have a basket here and I can toss dirty towels in there. Obviously not like stinky ones because I'm not gonna stink up my pantry. But and then I can just take this to my laundry room when I am going to wash towels. So I think that'll be fine there. I'm looking out here at everything else out here is just trash and extra cardboard. And you guys, I think we did it. Oh wait, this is just my little cooler bag that I use when we have outings and need a cooler. I think this fits just fine down here. Love that. Before I give you the final pantry reveal, which you can see a lot of it already, hope I didn't sound too complainy in this video because I absolutely love our home. Oh, you know what I forgot? The fan. Remember when the fan fell from the sky? We have a giant like 12-foot fan, like a windmill fan in our house. Our ceilings are like 20 foot high in our family room. I turned it on one morning. It came falling from the sky. Luckily, no one was hurt. No one was sitting under where that fan was. Thank goodness. But that was another like bummer thing that happened like when you move into your new home, and one of the things you loved about it was this amazing fan, and 2 weeks later it comes crashing down. That was a bummer. We're trying to figure out now how to replace said fan, but we definitely need a fan. So that was another thing. But overall, like, I feel like this move has been a great thing for our family, for our kids. It's been so great to be by our family again. I feel so grateful to be in this home. It's a total dream home for me. Like, I never imagined I would have a pantry this beautiful and this spacious and this wonderful. I feel like this is a forever home that we can grow old in. It's got plenty of space for my kids as they grow up, and it just like fits our needs so well. And so I am just loving that aspect of it. I love the potential to have animals, love the potential to build my dream garden. I am still trying to figure out how to do that, but there are just so many amazing things here, which I am so excited for. I'm so grateful that you are here on the journey with me. So thank you for caring about me and my family and what's going on in our life. Sometimes I think maybe this is just boring and nobody cares, but some of you do. And so I am so grateful for you. All right, here's the final look of the pantry. Here is the lower level. Down here, I didn't show, that is where I have my food saver and my chamber vacuum sealer. So that just fit fine in that cubby there. I've got it empty, almost empty, almost empty. So much space still. And then here's the higher levels. This side, I love that I can actually see everything that I have. It doesn't look cluttered. Over here, 1, 2, 3 bins are completely empty. 1, 2, 3 shelves are completely empty. Plenty of space here on the counter for more things if I need more things here. And then remember, up top is my freeze-dried food. Before I say goodbye, let me run you outside. I want to show you, it looks like we might have a storm a-brewing. Monsoon season has hit us in Arizona here, and it is my favorite season. I just love thunderstorms. I love listening to the thunder. Just in Arizona, you just get so grateful for the rain when you do get it. And so it's like exciting. One thing in Alaska that I really missed was thunderstorms. I think I heard a very quiet thunder one time in the 4 years that we lived there, because they just don't get thunderstorms. You get tons of rain, tons of snow, but no thunder, at least where I lived. And so that's something that's fun. Last night we had a storm. It rained for a good 20 minutes. It was so exciting. Let me go show you what the outside looks like right now. The high was like 95 degrees today, when yesterday it was 108. The monsoons bring cooler weather. And I mean, these aren't storm clouds yet, but I'm hoping that maybe they're gonna roll in. Like you can see kind of the big boomers out there. It would sure be nice if we got it again. I've got lots of projects to tackle here in my house to make it a nice, organized, type A person's home. So wish me luck and thanks for watching. Remember, when you, what do we say now? Homestead today, you secure your tomorrow. Or I should say, when you organize your pantry today, you secure your tomorrow. Bye, friends.